Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Greetings, royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video. Welcome to the Morning Boogie Morning Show with me, Royal B. Happy Monday. It is October 11th, 2021. I could have sworn it just feels like yesterday it was the 1st of October. Now it's the 11th. You see how fast time is going by? The year is almost over. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a splendid morning. I know that I am. So welcome. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody had a good weekend? Great. And I just realized that I didn't even change the title on this episode, but it's all right. No, we're not talking about Nene Leakes and Tamar Braxton for my Twitch viewers who are watching this in real time on Twitch. Just disregard that. All right. So on today's lineup, actually, Dave Chappelle. So you guys have been hearing that he has been scrutinized. They're calling him transphobic. I still don't understand why. Cardi B could be sanctioned for her little trip to Paris. We're going to get into that. You guys know that Nicki Minaj is scheduled to host the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion that is coming up, right? Along with Andy Cohen. So there has been some sources that say that she went in on Candace. Okay, so we're going to touch on that. We got a couple of other topics. Kodak Black, is he okay? Is Kodak Black okay? We're going to touch on that and a couple of other topics as well. So come on in, come on in. Please be sure to pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Yes, we want you to thumbs up the video. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. And throughout the commentary, drop your comments. If you're watching the playback, drop your comments. We greatly appreciate it here. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's get into some news, I guess. This is a pretty interesting article that I saw. TMobile. Those of you who have TMobile, good news for you, kind of. They have the freebie Tuesdays, I guess it is, according to the article. So T-Mobile is giving away free blankets as it blankets the country with 5G, right? So the article basically goes on to say that T-Mobile has something where every Tuesday, I guess, they give free stuff out to the people who have T-Mobile, right? I guess something like that. And this also applies to Sprint customers as well, because if you guys are unaware, last year there was a merger between Sprint and T-Mobile, right? So they're giving out these blankets. That's what the blankets look like. They're supposed to be soft and cuddly. You're supposed to basically redeem this on that free Tuesdays T-Mobile app thingamajig, whatever it's called. Correct me in the comments. You should know what I'm talking about, right? And you basically take it to the store and you get your free blanket. Now, why the heck am I talking about this? For those of you who are not well versed in American history, okay, the last time that blankets were given out, it didn't work out so well for the natives of this country, okay? Happy Indigenous People Day, okay? I hope I said that right. No offense to anyone. So, yeah, you might want to Google the history of blankets being given in this country and proceed with caution. I care about y'all, so I don't want y'all going around snatching up free blankets just because they're free, and next thing you know, oops, a breakout or something of that nature. So do your Googles, y'all. And that was today's history lesson on the Morning Boogie Morning Show. As you're coming in, please hit the like button. All right, up next, this guy, Joel Osteen, pastor, reverend, whatever the heck he calls himself these days. His megachurch actually paid back $4.4 million in pandemic loan money that generated outrage. Of course, anytime there is somebody who claims to be a man or woman of the cloth and there's something fraudulent or fishy, of course, it's going to get blasted all over the media. So there's a picture of Joel Osteen. So this article is courtesy of rawstory.com. Yikes. So Joel Osteen's Texas megachurch has repaid millions received under the Forgivable Paycheck Protection Program. This is what the Chronicle is reporting. So Lakewood, which is the name of his church, received about $4.4 million through the Paycheck Protection Program to cover payroll and other expenses as it shuttered in-person services for 7 months last year. Now, after the Chronicle reported the loan, Osteen's name trended nationally on Twitter as people criticized him. They called him, what did they call him? A grifting scumbag. They called him a crook. The church basically provided bank statements since all of this criticism has taken place. They basically provided receipts. So they provided bank statements saying that it's made payments on the loan since January, right? Now, the megachurch was among at least 60 religious institutions in Texas that received more than $1 million in loans through the CARES Act, right? The first stimulus package passed by lawmakers in response to the pandemic. So you guys know what the CARES Act is. Everybody getting these PPP loans. Some people getting locked up for fraud. Some people not so much. Now, Joel Osteen, if you guys don't remember, what hurricane was it? What hurricane that took place in Texas? Or was it was Hurricane Harvey? I'm trying to remember. Hurricane Harvey, I think it was, right? But it wasn't in Texas, right? Well, this was like back in 2016 to 2017 when Hurricane Harvey hit. I don't know if you guys were aware, but Joel Osteen refused at first to open up his church to people who were in need of shelter. And of course, they blasted him all over social media. And then he eventually opened up his church. Joel Osteen is worth millions of dollars. You know, they said that he takes jets. He owns a $300,000 Ferrari. He lives in a $10 million mansion. And they often caught him traveling on private jets, right? And of course, what does Joel Osteen say to all of that? Don't worry about what it is that you have and what you don't have. You know, typical, hustler type stuff. Listen, this country is built on hustling, right? Getting money. That's what this country was built on. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, there's honorable ways to do things and there's dishonorable ways to do things. You pick and choose what you want to do. But this guy, it is what it is. There are a lot of people that's making him rich. So, and he's profiting off of that. And I'm not saying that he's right for what he's doing, but it's the American way, right? Isn't that what everybody does? Not everybody, but you know what I mean. So what do you guys think about Joel Osteen getting a PPP loan and living in a $10 million mansion? Well, he provided receipts that he paid it back. He don't owe me money, so I really don't give a damn. All right, moving along. Now, this was no surprise to me, to be honest with you. I was not surprised. This is according to Wrap Up. Okay, R. Kelly. His sales jumped 500% after his guilty verdict. Who is shocked by this? I'm not. I'm not surprised at all. So let's get into what the article is saying. It's basically saying that his sales have increased 517% since a New York jury convicted him on what they convicted him on. In the week following his guilty verdict on September 27th, his on-demand audio streams were up 22%, while video streams were up 23% compared to the previous 7 days. Overall, his streams soared from 11.2 million to 13.4 million. Okay. Now, streaming services, including Apple Music and Spotify, have muted him from curated playlists, while artists like Chance the Rapper, Lady Gaga, Ciara, and Celine Dion have pulled their collaborations from streaming. So all these people who are like, oh, are we going to be muting Celine Dion songs because he worked with Celine Dion? All you got to do is read. The information is out there. So that's interesting. So YouTube, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I did talk about this last week on one of the Morning Boogie morning shows right here on She Royal B's YouTube channel. YouTube, they basically announced that they removed 2 of R. Kelly's video channels. So one was R. Kelly TV, and I think the other one was his Vivo channel. However, they still have his music on YouTube Music. You know, YouTube has YouTube, and then there's also the YouTube Music app, which is kind of like just, I guess, like a Spotify. You know, it's like a music streaming app, right? Like, I guess an extension of YouTube. But they, like I said, they still have his music over there, but they just took down his channels. Now, you may be wondering, why would they take down his 2 YouTube channels but keep his music? So that YouTube can continue to profit off of him. Duh. So any revenue that those 2 YouTube channels would have garnered would have been probably gone to maybe like his management team or maybe his record company, because I think Sony still owns his music. So duh, that's why. But as far as his music is concerned, yeah, YouTube will make money off of that. Ain't that crazy? The hypocrisy of it all. So, despite the controversy, his streams have gone up. Am I surprised? No, because a lot of people say that they can separate, in this instance, selective outrage, they can separate the artist from the person. They don't do that with everyone. But listen, you can support whoever the heck you want. I'm a firm believer in do what you want as long as you ain't hurting nobody, right? So if you want to continue to listen to Aura's music, I'm not fighting with you about that. If you don't want to listen to Aura's music, I ain't fighting with you about that either. I don't care. Am I surprised? Like I said, no, because money has to be made. So pulling his YouTube channels, but keeping his music on the YouTube Music app, just like with the Joe Osteen situation, it's the American way, right? They got to make money. So this is just proof positive that cancel culture, does it really exist, or is it just a figment of our imaginations, or is it just a tactic to divide us even further? Let me know in the comments, down off in the comments. So if you're just coming in, greetings, royal family. If you're new here, welcome. Please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Yeah, go on and press it. It's okay. It costs you absolutely nothing. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get back into these hot topics. All right, so I saw this on Radar Online. Now, last week, or maybe the week before last, I talked about Cardi making her appearance at Paris Fashion Week. And I should have pulled up the video so I can play the audio. In my commentary, I stated she looked great. I had concerns because she just gave birth less than a month ago at that time that she was in Fashion Week. I'm wondering, where's the baby? I said to myself, but girl, you were supposed to be in court in California. You asked the judge to push that back because you didn't want to travel because you just had a baby. This all public information. And I said in my commentary that the girls on social media are going to eat you up, the girls and guys. I said they're going to point that out. Well, fast forward, and here we are. Radar Online is reporting that Cardi is accused of misleading the court in $5 million court battle, flew to Paris weeks after claiming that she couldn't travel following her son's birth. I knew that this was going to cause controversy. So let me just scroll down to this picture so you can look at Cardi B instead of that ugly font. All right, so let's get into this article. Okay, Cardi B is accused of claiming that she couldn't make a court trial because she had just given birth, only to flew out. Radar, come on. Only to fly out to Paris Fashion Week weeks later. Now, according to court documents obtained by Radar, the man suing Cardi for $5 million says the singer misled the court under oath and wants immediate action taken. As previously reported, Cardi is in the middle of a never-ending war with a man named Kevin Brophy Jr. He filed a federal lawsuit against Cardi, accusing her of ruining his life by using his photo on her mixtape, Gangsta B Music, Volume 1. The cover featured Cardi sitting on the back of a limo while a heavily tattooed man performs fellatio on her. Brophy, the guy who's suing her, says that the man in the photo is him and he was never asked for permission. He is suing for more than $5 million. Cardi calls the case nothing more than a shakedown and denies wrongdoing. Recently, the judge in the case pushed the trial date back from October 26th until February 1st, 2022. The decision to move the date came after Cardi pleaded for it to be postponed. In her motion, Cardi said that she welcomed the baby boy on September 4th and was advised not to travel. Her lawyer wrote, "For medical reasons, it is inadvisable for her to travel from her present residence on the East Coast to Southern California. Being in the immediate postnatal period and nursing her newborn child, it would be an unreasonable imposition upon her to require her to actively be present for and participate in pretrial preparation and attendance at the trial itself." This is what Cardi's attorney claimed and basically proposed to the judge. Now, the guy who's suing her, Kevin or whatever his name is back in court accusing Cardi of making misleading statements under oath to the court. He claims that Cardi previously claimed that she did not feel it would be fair if she was required to travel to the New York area to California from the New York area, to California following the birth of her son in early September because she was concerned about her health during her postnatal period and because the risk of that C thing cautioned the need for her to stay away from public places like airports and hotels. I knew that this was going to happen. So either this is I doubt that. You think this is a publicity stunt? Because how could you, or you just know that you're going to win? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you plan on paying the guy off so he'll leave you alone? How can you say to the judge, look, like, I just had a baby, I can't, and then show up at Fashion Week, photographed all over the internet? You don't think the judge is going to care? Like, are you paying the judge off? I knew that this was going to happen. I called it. I said, they're going to get at you. I don't know. Could she be in contempt? He said, the article goes on to say that Cardi's conduct contradicts her sworn declaration and her statements to the court and says that they were misleading. His motion adds that there is no reasonable explanation for Cardi to suggest that she could not and would not leave New York because she needed to be with her children and that it was not safe to be in public places, only for her to appear 2 weeks later in Paris. So what he's asking for is for the trial date to be immediately pushed up to December, and Cardi B ordered to pay $8,130 in sanctions. This doesn't make any sense. Why are you putting yourself in more trouble unless there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know? So this is one of the photos that was taken while Cardi was in Paris for Fashion Week. I wonder if she took the baby with her. That's so young for the baby to be traveling out of the country or for you to even be away from the baby. You said that you were breastfeeding. How could you be breastfeeding while you were in Paris? I don't know. It might not be none of our business, but this man that is suing her, he definitely has a point. He does. I like Cardi. I like her music. I like, her personality, all that good stuff. But he has a freaking point. Is this lawsuit a shakedown? Yeah, $5 million. I mean, you got to prove how your life was ruined, sir. I mean, I'm not, being trivial, but how you going to tell the judge that you can't travel because you just had a baby and the C thing and all that stuff and you show up in Paris? I don't know. We'll see how this one turns out. We'll definitely see how this turns out. I'll be keeping an eye on this for sure. All right, moving along. Dave Chappelle. This is according to TMZ. TMZ writes, Dave Chappelle is mocking cancel culture amid controversy. So, God, The Closer is the comedy special that Dave Chappelle has on Netflix. Great. I always thought that Dave Chappelle was comedic genius back in the day. Back in the day. Men in Tights, Half Baked. Back in the day, For What It's Worth is one of my favorite stand-ups by Dave Chappelle. Anyway, I can go on and on about him. To me, he's a comedic genius. And everybody is outraged about his quote-unquote transphobic comments. What did he say that was transphobic? I'm waiting for somebody to answer that. What's scary about society and social media is that you don't even have to do your own homework. You can trust people so much that they can tell you to be outraged and you just outraged. That's what I see. This situation with Dave Chappelle is just more proof that people don't understand. They don't comprehend context whatsoever. Context matters. And it's just so disheartening to see so many people upset and they can't articulate to you what they're upset about. Oh, I'm offended. Oh, okay. Well, what offended you? What do you mean what offended me? No. I'm asking you a logical question. What offended you? What is it? What transgression that was committed that offended you? Tell me how you feel personally. And then they'll start deflecting and going all around the mulberry bush. And then they just waste your time and can't answer. So that's the scary thing. People will read comments and then try to take people's comments as their own feelings and thoughts. It's quite embarrassing. Um, I some of the people that I've seen and I've listened to actually give commentary about this, I can tell just by their commentary that they did not watch the special till the very end. Um, Comedy specials usually don't make you kind of teary-eyed, right? They usually just make you laugh. But if you watch till the end, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Am I going to give it away? No, because I know a lot of people haven't watched it. So what I encourage people to do, always seek out things for yourself. Okay? I'm supposed to be reading this article, but I just have to say this, right? When someone tells you, oh yeah, X, Y, and Z happened. Oh, word? Seek it out for yourself. Because you may interpret something one way and someone close to you may interpret it completely opposite, right? So I still don't understand how Dave Chappelle is transphobic. I don't get it. I personally don't get it. And I don't want anybody to convince me because that's my opinion. I don't think that anything that he said in this special was transphobic or homophobic. I don't. He just proved that people don't pay attention to context, and things will go over your head. So he's embracing cancel culture. He says, if this is what being canceled is like, I love it. You know, yeah. So I mean, people are saying they want his Netflix specials removed. Well, he doesn't care. You're talking about somebody who walked away from a large amount of money and was criticized by people calling him stupid and calling him crazy. Well, let me dial it back. Let me dial it back because then I'm getting too preachy. You know how focused and powerful and disciplined you have to be to walk away from that amount of money? I respect Dave Chappelle, and I personally don't think that he's anti-gay or homo. I don't think he's any of these things. Again, I want someone to talk about what it is that he said that offended them. Let me move along because I really get aggravated with stupidity, and it seems like stupidity is in style, and it's so scary that there's so many adults who lack comprehension skills. I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Moving along to someone else who really irritates the bleep out of me. Shacari Richardson. She's just, gosh, what? I think she needs maybe she needs to chill. Maybe she needs to dial it back and chill and sit out. She's always so angry. And I know that a lot has happened to her within the last year. And maybe she just needs to kind of do a little bit of self-evaluation. She is lashing out everywhere at everyone. People are giving her constructive criticism. She's telling people to kiss her where the sun don't shine. Like you're just angry at everyone and you're lashing out and you're dumping all of your baggage on everybody else, your problems on everybody else. And it's quite unbecoming. This is a surefire way for you to spiral out of control. And then people are just going to not want to be bothered with you whatsoever. So you guys know what happened to her. She wasn't allowed to compete in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics due to a positive marijuana test, right? She's basically tired of people who sit on their couches for a great portion of their lives coming for her. So those of us who have criticisms of her, we're lazy, we nothing, we ain't worth a damn, according to her. She says you get on this app and you talk mess. Meanwhile, in real life, y'all can suck a S and another S. Like, girl, what? How old is this girl? Ma'am, can you please stop? Even Usain Bolt said, just stop worrying about social media and what people are saying and put that energy into working out and practicing your craft, get better at your skill. You're always addressing people on social media. You're exhausting, sis. And this is to your detriment. I don't understand. People are going to keep poking at you because they get a response. Do you know how powerful it is to ignore people? Whew. Man. Sometimes people don't realize until it's too late. Yeah, she's just, I don't know. I feel for her. I have I don't know, Shacari girls, you can't be going around telling people to kiss your blankety blank, girl. You you always on social media arguing with people and going in on people. Just chill, sis. Relax, dial it back. The power of ignoring people, the satisfaction that it gives me, oh, it's a beautiful thing. We're gonna pray for our good sis Shacari. You don't mispronounce her name because she will correct you with an attitude. Like, girl, relax. All right, up next, Hollywood Life is reporting that Nicki Minaj came hard for Candace Dillard at the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. It was an epic moment. I'm gonna have to retract what I actually not retract. I talked about Andy Cohen linking up with Nicki Minaj and Nicki Minaj hosting. I am interested in seeing how Nicki Minaj will what personality are we gonna get? You know, no shade. Like, how is she gonna conduct herself during this reunion, right? But allegedly she's coming hard at Candace Dillard. Like, it's kind of, did you want to host this reunion just so that you could go at Candace? Because she is a watcher of the Housewives of Potomac. And she's a huge celebrity. Nicki Minaj is an A-list celebrity. So she wanted to host. She wanted to be on the reunion. And of course, they granted her wish. Great, right? That's great. So this is probably something on Nicki Minaj's bucket list, maybe, or, you know, that's good. But how you gonna, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous because if you're going to be going at Candace, are you going to be doing it in a way like how Andy does it? Or are you going to do it in a way where it's constructive criticism? Or are you going to be a mean girl? You know? So I'm a little bit nervous to see how this is going to pan out. This is a gorgeous picture of her. So she took to social media, you guys know, back in the summer to tell her followers that, you know, she wanted to host, or she will be hosting, the Real Housewives of Potomac. So she came at her hard for Candace Dillard and read her. That's what a source close to production told Hollywood Life exclusively. It was an epic moment. Now, was it epic because she got her together and she said things that everybody wanted to say, or I don't know, or you guys are just saying it's an epic moment because it's Nicki Minaj and you guys are like, you know, kissing her butt and everything she does is great? I'm just curious to see. I am interested in seeing the ratings or hearing about the ratings for this show. I can't wait till social media starts going haywire and sharing their opinions. So this will be interesting. This is a good look for Nicki, I guess. Some people think, I said before that I think that it is beneath her, but if it's something that she wants to do, she is human. Even though she's a celebrity, you know, she's human. You know, she watches these reality shows just like us, this one in particular. So, you know, having a seat on the stage and hosting is a dream come true for her, and for that, I'm happy for her. But going hard at Candace, huh? We will see how that pans out. So let me see. Giselle Bryant, she teased on social media that it was fire to have Nicki in the room. The ladies had no idea until Nicki walked in that she would be there. So Nicki showed up around 9:15 p.m. and none of the ladies knew that she was there. That's what the source says. They were so shocked when she walked out. So yeah. Wow, this is gonna send social media haywire, and I think that's probably Nicki's objective as well. On top of it being one of the things that she wanted to do, she knows that social media is going to go bananas, and she's going to be trending, and it's a good look. It's a good look for her. All right, tell me what you guys think. Drop down in the comments. If you're just joining, welcome to the Morning Boogie Morning Show. My name is Royal B. Please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Share the video. I definitely don't mind. And I want you to sound off in the comments and share your thoughts. Don't be shy. All right, up next, Kodak Black. This is according to A Showbiz. Is Kodak Black all right? Something is just off. You know, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, okay? So Kodak Black, he deletes his social media page after making alarming posts about being depressed. So I did see that this was trending and a lot of people were reposting this and sending out thoughts and prayers. So he made the alarming post, and what did the post say? He said sad and effed up with nobody to love him. Like, he said nobody loves him. No one cares for him. He said that he thought about, taking himself up out of here, if you know what I mean. I don't know. He didn't offer any sort of explanation. After he posted that, he kind of just went like, he vanished from social media. Some people think it's a cry for help. I thought it was maybe lyrics to a song. I know that sounds so insensitive. A couple of people were reposting it saying like, what the heck are we supposed to do with this information? And it's sad again, because people do things on social media for attention, and they play on people's emotions. They play on the fact that people care. So some people didn't take it seriously. Some people did. Some people didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know what the heck is going on, right? So again, he wrote, so lonely, so depressed, sad, and effed up. Nobody loved me. Nobody cares. I'm everywhere at once. Friends playing in my head. Girls playing with my heart. And he's only 24 years old. He's so young. He said, I wish I can go back to the start. I'll never be famous. Then he posted in a separate tweet, sitting in my room crying, feel like myself, the K word. So no one knows what the heck is going on. It seems like his social media is nowhere to be found. A lot of people were scared. A lot of people were triggered, which I understand. Why they would be. So is Kodak Black okay? A lot of people think that since he came home from jail, he's not the same person. He's completely different. And then there's this. Okay, shout out to Mob's World on Instagram, Mob Radio on Instagram. This is a video that Mob's World on Instagram captured. That's Kodak with his mom. So if you look, I can understand a boy loving his mother, okay? I totally get it. But wait till it goes back to the beginning. I don't know how recent this is. This was posted 12 hours ago. Okay, look at Kodak. Look at his hand, y'all. That's his mom. Why is he groping his mom like that? That's weird. And she's just laughing it off, and she's trying to move her face, and that's weird. Groping your mom like that. So again, I asked the question, is Kodak Black okay? I don't know what's going on. This is just weird. Things always get weird from time to time. So that's all I got. Ain't got no more, royal family. I just wanted to slide through for a quick moment on this glorious Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope the rest of your day is splendid and peaceful and sucker-free and drama-free. If you haven't done so already, you still have time to pay your admission fee. What is that? Hitting the like button. Yes, I am begging for likes. It is what it is. I have no shame. It's the least you can do. Costs you nothing, okay? Drop down in the comments. Share your thoughts. You can share the video. Thanks to those of you who have been sharing the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Those of you who have been dropping your comments, thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed. And those of you who have been liking the video, thank you. All right, y'all, make sure your notifications are on. If you're subscribed to the channel, please check to make sure your notifications are on. It's Monday, it's early in the week, so I'll be back with some hot topics. I appreciate you for being here. I'm signing off. I love you for watching, and as always, until next time, peace.